Yo, 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 yo.
What'd you call me? Oh. Number two is muted. Number 4 is live and working. Operation. Stupid smell. I was out playing in the garage and I was left over here.
You're all live. How's the audio?
Hello. Hi, Z. Wow, almost on time.
Oh, everybody's
Shut
already
up.
asleep.
We don't care.
6:40.
6:40. It's 6:32. Live from Tired. Yo, yo, yo. Oh no, no audio. Hot mic. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Testing.
I think we're good. Let's get fishy. I got it right. Rainbow Jordan. About time, guys. Hey, man. Howdy from Lake Oswego. What's up, man?
Everyone's like,
You all up. Love your videos. Good to see Jordan up there tonight. Hello from Longview. I can't hear you. That's great, Sharon. 6:34. No, we had 6:32 on our time, Victoria. So that's
They must be
the
driving a
official time.
Toyota.
The official time.
My
Mic-
truck runs 10
Mic
minutes
check.
fast.
1, 2. Woo. Everyone's in on the fun tonight. Hey guys, are you giving away free fishing tackles on your subs? I think so. We're going to be giving away some prizes tonight. I don't know what those are, but we'll find something good for you guys. It's going to be a good live feed because Jordan has the mega claw. Yes, he does.
The claw.
The claw.
It's gone though.
Yes, sir.
Next on the bala line.
Balalime. 10:34 in the Philippines watching you guys. Well, thanks for tuning in, Runo. I would like to fish with all of you sometime, says Timothy. Sultan, Washington, America. I'm actually catching one on these live feeds. Very nice. We got a super chat. Thanks for bringing me through some rough times, Ricky Dog.
Yes,
well, hopefully
Ricky
those
Dog.
rough times, you're through them, and hopefully it'll be better times down the road.
Oh, Ricky
Appreciate
Dog.
the super chat, dude.
more rain, please.
Yes, sir. More rain, please. No kidding. It's like we got all the rain at once, and then it all went away. But that's all right. It's all right. Fawn Slayer, Cam, and Dungees. poor
Slayer.
little deer. Still had milk on its mouth when I ran it over with my truck. That's right. Oh, let's see here. Jordan, you want a handmade knife for your kitchen
Of
adventures?
course, man. To stay fishy. I'll
Hello.
show up here at the shop. I sure appreciate it, Trent.
Hello from Idaho. Portland, Oregon says hello. Can't wait for the sturgeon trip in January. Oh, that's right, Zach. Yeah, we are going sturgeon fishing I think we're going the 21st. Sorry I had to bump you there. I had prior commitments. Total screw up on my end, but we are all worked out. Season is set. The books are set. It's go time. Looking forward to it. Slaying the Chum with the Sink It series. Awesome, Brad. Hopefully you're catching lots of fish because we do make that Sink It series with the right quality hook. Put a lot of research into that bad boy. Hopefully it's going to work good. Let us know where you're tuning in from, guys, if you're new. Tell us if you're new. Like, mention if you're new to this live feed. How long have you been watching the live feed? Just out of curiosity. If you're like new, this is like first time you just happen to be turning it on or tuning in, let us know.
That's a great
Just
question.
kind of a good question. We'll
And
start it off for the night.
It's the giveaway.
Jordan's going to put the giveaway together. We've got some announcements to talk about tonight. We are talking about the Black Friday trout stockings all over the state of Washington and in Oregon, and some opportunities to go do that because it's a great thing to do on Black Friday instead of go shopping because you can do all your shopping on addicted.fishing. So there you go. There's your Christmas stuff done.
It's all there.
It's done. It's all there. We got apparel, we got tackle, we got gear. Yeah, pretty sweet.
All right.
Second time, almost 2 years. He's won 2 giveaways. That's pretty sick. Second time. I'm new from Chicago, Illinois, and first live feed says 𝗛𝗘𝗟𝗣. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. Thanks for tuning in. Third or fourth live I've caught. First time. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm very new. Just turned in from Reading. Couple years for sure, says Dustin. Yeah. Tuning in for a couple years now. First time. I bought a steelhead kit. Thank you, Crocus.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Not as new as Jordan. Boise, Idaho, a month. Brand new hump tulips. The backpacks are dope. Speaking of backpacks, do we have any more backpacks?
Yep.
We do what?
We already reordered.
We already reordered, so we've got okay. So they're still on the
already
site.
sold to 200.
So okay, perfect. So they're on the site. More are here. I did see them also in our local Bob Sporting Goods actually when I was in there yesterday. Yep. Oh boy, comments are firing. I missed some big, longer comments there. Oh, way too long. You might been here from the beginning. Thank you, Weed. Hopper.
Mhm.
I bought a backpack. Thank you, Dustin. Long time. Hell yeah, I can't wait to get a red one. Maybe we should give away one of those tonight.
Ooh, that'd be a big deal.
We gave away one, and I don't really care because I'm not going to be told no by Clint. So we're giving away a backpack tonight. Oh well then guess what? You get a black one.
Right.
I know that you
pretty much now we're going to do that because Clint, how many people are watching? Let's start playing this game.
This is Marlin.
Yeah. How many people? Do what you're told. How many people are watching?
That many.
That was really lame. There's over 300 of you guys right now. We got to get them numbers up. Guys. It is trout fishing. It is Black Friday. It's an awesome opportunity to go out, catch some fish. We're going to be going over some of the trout setups because 'tis the season. They're doing a bunch of stockings on the east side of the state. They're going to start stockings on the west side of the state next week. Things should start firing, and we're going to be talking about tonight. But it won't be just for the trout stocking. We're going to talk trout up some rivers, streams. Jordan brought his boxes in.
All I gotta say is, if your box don't look like this, you ain't doing it right.
See, I would have OCD. I can't. No,
I can't, but this just gets bounced around the truck too much.
I can't.
I gotta have my stuff.
Yep.
This is the not what I heard.
Wow. Oh boy.
Not what I heard.
Oh boy.
No. This one made it to elk camp a couple times, back and forth to Idaho the last couple of weeks. She's seen better days. Let's say that much right now. Yeah, got some of the paint wore off, But I got my fly floating. Never leave home without this little guy. But that's what we're talking about tonight. After this giveaway, we're gonna dive right in. Like Cam said, Black Friday, fish stockings all over Washington State. Oregon does a lot too, but I think a little bit difference is in Oregon is a lot of those rivers don't close. A lot of those lakes don't close throughout the winter, where a lot of our big reservoirs around Southwest Washington, at least, kind of start to close up. A couple of them stay open, but some of the bigger ones up in the mountains and stuff close.
Oh yeah.
They'll start stocking a lot more of the lakes and stuff closer to town, closer to the population. So, great opportunity to get out there and have some fun.
Don't even. Really, it's like you find the one comment where they're like, "Stop bullying Clint," and you pin it, and all the other ones where everyone's calling you an idiot.
It is true.
Yeah, it's like he holds the gavel, I guess.
What are you talking about? There's so many. I just pinned one random one.
One random. Oh yeah. You guys, do me a favor. Go to YouTube, thumbs it up, comment if you have been watching this live feed for a long time, or if this is your first time. We get that up to 500 viewers. I feel like that's like the trigger. Like, you guys are gonna have to work. So you guys go share it out, share it on your platforms. Share it to your buddies, text it around, take the links, share them out there, and let's see if we can get 500 people in there. And we're going to have a few announcements here in a minute. And Clint's texting on the phone to somebody or something. I don't know what he's doing, but he's not doing his job.
He's telling on you.
We know that.
I'm talking to Marlon.
And we're going to start off, keep bullying Clint. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, there we go.
He's calling Dad.
There we go. There we go.
What the?
Yep.
That
Pin that one. No, don't pin that one. Don't pin that one.
That's not good.
But it's true.
The long way.
Oh man, this is some great stuff.
That's the wrong way.
I hate my job already.
This is why trout
there we
fishing is so
go.
much fun.
This is why what?
You can stand around and pick on your friends all day.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh,
That's so
wait,
serious.
friends?
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Good point. Good point. Love the videos. Well, thanks for tuning in, Mike. Hello from Colorado Springs, Edward. You guys have a few trouts down there. A few trouts down there. Oh, let's see here. Okay. He probably does too. Do I have to work? I'm $30 into twitching jigs today. Yeah, that's part of the story. And if honestly, if you're not losing a twitching jig every now and then, you're probably not doing it right. That's just what I say to make me feel better. I've had a few trips where I started with the first twitching jig I with that I probably didn't catch crap. Oh yeah, what's up from Wilsonville? First live feed, but I've watched and rewatched enough videos, addictive videos, that I think my wife knows your all names just by hearing voices.
How many live feeds do you have?
We have been doing the live feeds. I have a feeling for almost, I think we've tried to figure it out one time, and we know it's over 5 years.
Well, I remember the first one we did, and that was in your garage.
In my garage. Yeah. I think it was, and that was, yeah.
That was a long time ago. Then we didn't do it for a while, and then we started. And then you
It
guys
was like
started
what,
doing it
2016,
again.
2017.
Yeah. I mean, we've been doing live feeds as long as Facebook has had the live feature. I remember when the live feature came out, Marlon's like, we got to do live feeds. I'm like, that's the stupidest crap ever.
No, you didn't say that.
Oh, yeah, I did. Guaranteed.
That
is
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So stupid.
That's stupid.
Why would anybody want to watch or do that?
That's literally what he says about everything.
Exactly. I'm consistent.
That's all we can ask.
Why
That's all
the
we can
hell
ask.
would somebody want to watch that? Yeah. Anyways, well, sure enough, here we are, 6 years later, and I ate every bit of my words, and just like I do with everything.
Now he's in charge of it.
Now this is all I do. So whatever.
This is all I do.
Yeah, this is all I do now. Oh. Reading these comments proves you guys need some Northern Cali content. Well, Potato, I'm going down there in April, and I plan on catching a lot of fish, so we'll see. What, Cam wrong? No way. Shut up, Brian.
Shut up, Brian.
Shut up, Brian. Yeah, getting jiggy with Kanigi. Oh, I kind of like that. I like that, Kenny.
Never heard that.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't? Oh, weird.
Classic.
Oh man, hey guys, thanks for putting this on. Question, you like running those twitching jigs in low clear water, fall and winter conditions? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Cam needs a kill 'em bag. I have a kill 'em bag.
Addicted made.
I have an addicted kill 'em bag, and I know for a fact, like with the surety, because I did it like 3 times last week, that it fits exactly 9 coho and not one more or one less.
Yeah.
It's
And that's
9
stuffed.
coho. Yeah, and it's like
That's
cranking
you
the
gotta put
zipper.
both
Yep,
of your feet
that
on
is
each side of the
definitely
kill bag and use both your
that
hands
was
at the same
definitely it. Yes. What did you pin? Cam, the crab episode is great. Nothing like child labor. That is right. I think I pulled 1 pot all day. It was fantastic. We only stayed out there a couple hours. You guys haven't checked it out on yesterday's episode. It says roadkill on it, which means I don't know why anybody would want to like look at roadkill, but I hit a deer on the way home, and I mean, it wasn't pretty, and that was the title of the episode. No, but this one was exceptionally not pretty.
You know?
It was not a headshot. It was like full body,
Oh,
bad
young.
news. Doe
Tender.
pieces.
No brakes, right?
New brakes, 65 truck and boats. Ate every bit of it. Yeah, that looked delicious. Sure. Deer Slayer, yes. But we got a bunch of crabs, caught as many as we wanted, and 2 pulls of the pots, headed home, hit a deer.
Yeah.
53, 54, something like that. But it's fun because, you know, the crabbing's fantastic right now, but at the same time, like, I could have gone home with like 72 of them. But it's like, you know, sometimes you just don't need that many of them.
Well,
And it was
it's best to
already
be
a
said
pain
about
in the ass.
Yeah, any sort of harvest
Yeah.
like that, you know. We went down the other day with 6. With 8 of us, and we got 72 crab, and that was perfect. I took them and had a little birthday feast with them and stuff. But I at times don't necessarily agree with the 12 crab limit thing because it's great for some, but a lot of it goes. We all know a lot of it. At least half of some person's catch usually will go bad or get thrown away.
Yeah.
They're not easy to preserve. It's
Yeah,
a lot of work.
and that right, what you said right there,
I like
they're very
that's-
tough. They're very tough to hold on to, and so like you're right. So I usually shuck
Yeah.
them all, say you can freeze it in milk. You can do like some of those things, but just trying to take advantage of eating them fresh. We had like 5 families. Took my son and all his friends out there, and so those ones got swept up pretty quick. I was actually pretty surprised, but we made some killer crab cakes with it. So check out that episode.
I like that crab.
I have not canned it. Can you can it? You can?
Oh, you can can anything, can't you?
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Probably. Walked right into that one, didn't we?
No, you can
Yeah.
can like red meat. I'm sure if you did some like a little bit of butter in there and stuff with maybe some jalapenos or something.
Yeah,
Like whatever
jalapenos.
tickles your fancy.
Marlon or Sharon, if you're watching, go kick Marlon and say upload the damn Stay Fishy Wednesday video. Because usually that's what he's doing right now, panicking
He might
when
have
somebody mentions
He
it.
might have not
Marlon is
liked
sick,
it.
guys. He's not feeling too good, so he may be asleep too. So just go easy tonight. Just be easy. Be easy. Go easy on the man. Yes. Can you harvest 12 crab per person out of Columbia with a Washington license or an Oregon license? Yes, you can, Little Wig, but you have to land your crab with the according license. You don't have the reciprocity you do on fishing. So yeah, very good.
I mean, if you launch out
A Washington license, a Washington shellfish license coming off of an Oregon port does not work. You have to have the state's shellfish license. It's not the same for salmon and fish, but it is different for shellfish.
So
So
it's where you launch.
it's where you launch.
And you have to follow their rules, right?
You have to follow their rules.
Size, too, right?
Well, they are the same. The Columbia right now. It's 5 3/4, 12. Don't have to tag. 3 units per gear. Rock cord, buoys, all that stuff.
Yeah, let's pick a giveaway and let's hop into the trout stuff, huh?
Yeah, let's do it. How many people
Before
are
I
watching?
get, I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
get,
So
I'm
So we
gonna get
almost
upset because I want some damn crab now.
we almost got 400. And like I said, if we get 5, we touch 5 tonight. Backpack. There you go. Just throwing that out there. Hey, if he's not here, I don't know what to do, so we're going backpack. 500 though. You guys are almost there. Share and like this out to your friends.
Okay.
You know what to do. No, shut up! No way!
That goes to show how random it is.
Sorry,
Oh my God, that is funny.
Random.
Nope, she doesn't get to
Yeah,
win.
no,
No,
sorry.
no,
Sorry,
no.
Sharon.
Denied.
You lose.
Denied. That is funny.
Randomizer does not allow. Sorry.
Zach, 1417. Since Addicted Alaska 1 dropped, what he was
Awesome.
referring to is how long he's been watching the live feed. So thanks, Zach1417. Be sure to email orders at addicted.fishing. Tell us you won the first prize pack tonight of the Trout episode, which is
You can steelhead blend. Works for trout too. A Trouty must-add sticker. Some spin gloves.
there you go.
Yeah.
Nice prize pack. We'll
There you
send
go.
that out to you. Include your address. Come on, guys. How many coho will fit in the backpack? Well, it's 40 liter.
But you can
So-
fit like 12 in there.
Really? More total?
Like full.
What kind of
Well,
coho?
some-
Are we talking?
some straight-
Are we talking June Ocean
Like
coho? Or are we
6
talking
straight
B-Rad?
down, 6 tail up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could probably make that happen. Oh,
Mm.
Sharon was still watching. Sorry, Sharon, we're not giving you that prize.
No, 6.
For those of you who don't know, Sharon is Marlon's wife and was randomly picked as the
Well,
winner.
it sounds like a challenge. to
We
me.
can't do that. Sorry.
Yeah.
The rules and stuff.
About the same
I'm
size.
sure you know where you could get some
Yeah.
scent and an addicted sticker. Yeah.
But you don't have to zip it.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
you just gotta.
How was that?
So the only fish that can be kept right now, a steelhead? No, Dean. There's lots of salmon stuff open. There's lots of steelhead stuff open. There's lots of stuff open. Yep. How long do we still have to catch coho? Well, jigging with G, that is the question that's going to be answered on the next big rain. Some of the larger tributaries still have fish pouring in. There's still plenty of nice, bright, beautiful fish. Killed a few yesterday that cut as red as this bottle, and
Yeah.
some of them were even a little blushed. But it's almost like the later in the season, like the more like these things cut like sockeye.
I was literally just about to say there was a handful of fish that I bonked this weekend, and I was like, "This is what like a sockeye looks like when you cut it."
Yeah, I don't know if it's something in the diet
Super dark.
like changed out in the ocean for like the later returning fish or something, but just incredible cutting fish. So
Very
I mean,
high quality.
a lot of times though, when the next water is going to come, one of two things is going to happen. A lot of the fish that are here are going to move up, and if there's stuff behind it, they're going to move in. They're going to be trickling in though too, depending on your tributary, because
Right.
it's just that time
Just
of year.
depends
It's
on where
late.
you're at.
It's late. So, can you do the rain dance for us? Yeah, I wish I could. I would have done it a long time ago.
Want to see mine? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Some of the no, I don't. RB says some of the rivers up north still have bright fish this time of year. You're right. And honestly, there's probably places you're going to catch them all the way through December, guys. So get out there, and you know what? Depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
And then you can search for an early winner while you're at it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you get a winner yet?
No comment.
You're still obsession. Guide service.
comment.
You're so full of crap.
No comment.
No, the answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is no. And no, it was just downer summers don't count.
Would you call me?
A downer summer. I called you a downer summer. Yeah, no, plenty of opportunity, guys. Yeah. Okay. Trout. Stockings. Where are we going? Where are you going? Where are you starting? What's up?
Closest to home as possible.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of the game with this. It is on Black Friday. Of course, it's good through the whole weekend, and it's going to be good for the rest of the winter, really. They stock these lakes in the spring, right before it starts to get warm out, and they stock them again in the wintertime. And these winter ones do a lot better, I think. They're a little more susceptible to being caught and fished at. You still have all the holdover fish that have made it through the summer that haven't necessarily bit, which haven't been caught very often because they haven't been biting very well because the water's been so warm. And you have basically a big wad of fish in the lake that's getting dumped in right at the boat ramps, and it's a great opportunity to go have fun and catch fish. And again, like Cam said, a lot of our water levels, especially if you're a salmon fisherman, have been low this year, and it's a good way to go get some tugs and have some fun and
catch a lot
and not stress out.
Get some action.
Yeah,
go get some action. You don't have
Yes.
any trouble getting action.
No, that's my specialty. Wasn't as funny that time?
I'll go blue. I got
Crickets in here.
that's why I go bass fishing.
Yeah. But no, it's a really great opportunity to get out, and especially this time of year, getting the kids out. It is a little bit colder and stuff, but it's just fun. It's
Bring
a really
the heater.
Just gotta bundle them up, bring the heater. Yeah.
Yep.
Those little Mr. Buddy heaters are pretty sweet. I put one on the raft the other day.
It burned through the propane pretty quick though.
Yeah, you just gotta.
$6 a quarter gallon these days.
Everything's so expensive. The price of propane's too damn high.
Get off
Yeah.
my lawn.
Hey guys,
Boy, he's a little
What's
guy.
just chilling, just hanging out. Oh, this is like
He's in between two giant people.
oh,
makes most people
everyone
look
knows
short,
why I
though.
lean over
Yeah.
now. That's right. That's funny stuff. Well, so how do you know if there's fish in those lakes?
Oompa Loompa.
Hey.
Back there.
How do you know if there's fish in those lakes?
You go to WDFW's website and you check where they're putting them.
They
Right?
tell you that?
Well, they'll-
They actually do something useful and
He's like,
beneficial,
"That's what
like
you
to help a
told me."
sportsman catch fish. They do something that's useful and beneficial to sportsmen to actually help them catch a fish.
one
As
thing.
easy as possible.
What?
As long as
That's
it's as easy as
crazy.
possible.
That's crazy. Yeah, so guys, good place to start looking. WFW does do stocking reports. Tells you where they're getting planted, where they are going, when they're going to plant them. When it gets a little bit closer, a lot of the times, a lot of the stockings in the spring and the fall is predicated on water temperature stuff. So I can't read the comments right now. I'm not gonna. So when you go to the stocking reports and see it, but keep in mind too with some of the Black Friday lakes. Oh my God, everybody's just sitting here giggling.
Sorry,
How many viewers do we have? Have we hit 500?
I'm working.
Oh,
Oh,
400 guys. You
getting
got it. Backpack. Come on.
I'm doing a backpack.
We're doing a backpack if we get 500.
We don't have a backpack.
We will have a back. They're on the way. That's what Mustad always says. They're on the way. Check out those stocking reports, guys. But keep in mind, some of the Black Friday lakes actually close for a couple days to let the fish rest, let them get stocked up in there, and then on Black Friday, it's a kill them all
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Wide open.
Wide open.
No, and like Cam said, I like what you said earlier too about checking them per poundage, especially on a lot of the lakes. You can get a feel for not the numbers that they put in aren't necessarily the exact. Well, no, it's the ratio to size. So the numbers that they put in and then the ratio to size will tell you what kind of stalker trout they're putting there. We do these things called triploid trout and or brood stock. Well, they'll put fish in that are 3, 4, 5, 6 pounds sometimes.
And steelhead.
Right, and recycled summer steelhead. Especially, let's say, some of the reservoirs and lakes near some of the bigger tributary rivers here in Southwest Washington, and even up north. Anywhere that with a summer steelhead run or a winter steelhead run, hatchery run, we'll have these fish in the lakes. And they do this all year. So those are some of my favorite to fish, especially like in our local area, because there's hundreds of steelhead in there that have maybe been there for a couple of years even. So it gives you the opportunity to really catch a big one. Like
They're out there.
Day or your own.
Something to do.
Yeah.
Something different.
Lots of
As
action.
we come up to the shortest days of the year.
Yeah. But like I said, would you rather go to like Walmart on Black Friday, or would you rather go to fishing?
Yes.
Gonna go fishing.
Easy choice.
Easy choice. What are you gonna be using? What's the story?
So
Easy
let's hop
peasy.
right into that. Hand me some of those rods here.
Which one do you want first?
I'll just lay them all down. We'll start side camming or
Lay 'em all
something.
down. Wow.
What are you going to the lake with, guys?
So that's kind of the fun part of this. Most of the lakes, and I'd say a good ratio of the lakes that they're going to be stocking here in the next week or so, are going to be lakes that have a 2-pole endorsement. Definitely check your regulations. Check the Fish Washington app for that before you go to these places. But that's kind of the fun part, is going prepared, having 2 or 3 rods, something where you don't have to tie up every time, can make it a lot more fun. You can have 1 rod fishing a bait setup, and you can be casting and keeping yourself entertained on the bank with another setup, and then honestly doubling your catch at that rate. So I like the Okuma Solilos, the SSTs, or the Guide Select Pro in the Trout Ultralight series. Anything from like 2 to 8 pound line rating. If you're going to be trying to use your steelhead setups and use your 6 to 12 pound rod setups and stuff, it's not going to allow you to have as much fun unless you know you're targeting some big ones. You know, if I'm fishing a big body of moving water where there's stalker trout, I'll go with my steelhead gear just because the fishability is better.
Right.
But having the Solilos or those ultralights makes it a lot of fun. These new SSTs, they just came out with these this year, I believe. But let me show you. This is my life right here. My nightmare on the bottom one.
Of course, the one you.
This one here is the noodle of all noodles. It makes the kokanee rod look stiff. You know what I'm saying? But this little guy, what is this? It's the SST 702 ultralight, and it's 7 foot long, 2 to 8 pound rod or line rating, and it's just, I mean, it is such a blast. Even if you're trolling, like the takedowns on this thing are savage. It's scary. It's literally scary. But look at Clint's face. But having a couple different rod setups is what makes this really great. If you're going to be in a boat, the kokanee black rods are really awesome for trolling. But ultralight setup is my favorite. Anything, again, from that 2 to 8 pound line rating. I go with the C30s on the Kymars here, or a 3000 series reel if you're using another brand. And then our Addicted Enforcer braid, I use in the lightest rating we have, which I believe is 15. Somebody might correct me, but
I know we have 20.
We have 20.
I know we were gonna do the
lighter
ones. I just don't know how low. How low did we go?
yeah. But using that light braided line, there are lighter braided lines on the market, but the problem is if you go below that 20 or that 15 pound line rating on a braided, it twists so bad and it doesn't fish very well. But having that lighter and that really slick line like we have with that Enforcer braid allows you to cast a 1/4 ounce lure halfway across the lake. So using a light line, using a smaller reel just so that it can go back and forth and be able to handle those fish, as well as being able to use them. I like the 3000s because you can use these for steelhead and everything. You take them off your trout rod, you can put them right on a different rod and keep going. And yeah, pretty basic on the setups there, you guys. All the brands work, but we love Okuma. They're our favorites. But moving on to the setups. We got all kinds of, oh God, I'm hooked.
We got one. Oh,
got a big sucker fish.
Live fishing, right? Live fishing right now.
Yes. But you can see here, each one of these rods has something different on it. This one has we'll go through and set up most of these for you guys just for a quick little run through, those of you that don't know how. If you have never seen any of our tutorials, if you're just getting into trout fishing and you want to learn some stuff quick and easy, go to the YouTube channel, check out all the trout tutorials. They're right there under the, there's a category that is trout fishing and gear tip techniques, so on and so forth. So go check all that stuff out and it'll get you on them really quick. But having 2 or 3 different setups, having something that's fishing off the bottom, having something that's fishing off the surface, and then having something that you're casting. It's just the 3 spectrums of trout fishing that have to be covered before you say I'm not getting them. Because by the day, a lot of times it's always just one of them. It's very odd. It's very seldom that I go to the lake and I catch fish on everything that I use.
It's usually one.
Even if there's 10,000 of them sitting at the boat ramp, there's one thing they're going to eat better than others. So, and this time of year, they're stocking. Like even the holdover fish, they're stocking up, trying to add weight. They're eating as much as they can, whatever natural food is in the lake, and they're trying to get ready for winter. They're going to have to make it through a whole winter time with no bug hatches, with no natural food source reoccurring constantly. And then a lot of the stocker ones don't have the pellets anymore. So
They're going to be hungry.
they got to eat. They got to do something.
They're going to be hungry.
So let's go over with them just the basic off the bottom, power bait setup with a sliding lead and stuff. You have sliding leads? Let me look. I might.
Oh, got him again. We got hooked another one.
That's what I'm talking about. These little advantage bead hooks.
I do have. So probably the most basics. I mean, I shouldn't say basic, but probably one of the most effective ways to fish them is going to be like the power bait and the sliding weight. Like if you have an egg sinker and if you have a swivel, some light leader line, and a very light small hook, you're going to catch yourself some fish. So these 2 guys right here, just waiting for the side cam, just waiting for the side. Oh, there it is. Cool. Obviously, you guys have all seen this. You all know it is available probably in every fishing tackle store. But there's a couple key points to using this to where you can be really effective with it. And one is going to be making sure that your hook that you're attaching either your power eggs or your power bait to is always going to float. Because if you use a hook that's a little bit too big or a little bit too heavy wire and you can't get, you don't want to have a giant amount of, you can't have a giant amount, you can't have a ball this big of power bait sitting on a hook for a little tiny stocker trout, right? So you got to have a good balance between size and floatability, because if it doesn't, and it's not buoyant, it's not floating, it's not going to catch them. It's just going to lay on the bottom. Really important, using size 6, size 8 hooks, even some small egg sinker hooks work really well, but making sure that it floats. And the reason why is because when you do it right, oh boy, you end up with something that looks like this. And this is another awesome drawing. Diagram. Hold that, Jason.
Diagramma.
No, hold. Hey, right here. There you go, buddy. Boom. As you can see, water, bottom, fish, power bait, floating. If it's laying on the bottom down here in these weeds, it doesn't get bit. So it's really key. And it's always key to match if you've got really heavy weed cover in your lake and you're trying to fish power bait. If you're only using a 12-inch leader and your bait's sitting here and it's sitting down in the weeds, it's not going to get as many fish. Sometimes I'll have a 4, 5, 6 foot leader here, and I'm making sure that I'm putting that bait in the water, making sure that it's floating, just to get it above the weed lines and off the bottom. So really important concept, and it's honestly, a lot of times it's the difference between catching fish and not catching fish. So there.
Who has Mike 1?
Who has Mike 1? Jason Harmson is Mike 1.
Let's try to change yours.
Oh, we have shocker. We have something on with mics again. Weird. Anyways, there you go. Cam didn't draw that. Well, like hell I didn't. I draw that.
I watched him.
I drew that. Look at that masterpiece. It took
like
me.
the-
This took me.
The grass is the nicest part.
This took me like 45
Very
minutes.
lifelike. It's almost movie.
This took me 45 minutes to draw this diagram for you guys, so we can actually show a damn power bait rig how it probably should be fished. Any questions? There better be some questions on this, damn it. I spent like an hour of my life on this. How long is too long for a leader? Well, I'd say if your power bait's floating up here, you probably just want to use a bobber. So you probably could have too long of a leader. That's Van Gogh, yes. Do they bite less in winter because I can't get them to bite in the cold winter in Ontario? I'm not sure in Ontario. That's a little bit out of our That's liberals are gonna splash paint on it. Oh boy, that'd be great. I dare him to. Anyways, yeah. So
Oh my God.
you guys probably don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
I wasn't listening.
You don't even watch the news.
Uh-uh.
Nobody
No.
has any idea.
I do.
That's pretty
I've
funny.
been living in the woods for 3 weeks.
That's pretty funny. But you guys get the idea. Okay,
I live in
moving on.
Hold on, no, don't move on. I gotta go grab something.
Moving on. Well, we're moving on.
Moving on.
Move on.
Moving on. So yeah, making sure the power bait, making sure that the hook is small enough, putting it in the water, testing it, all that good stuff.
Gotta make sure it floats.
Very important. And then
Have to.
you've got to make sure that a couple things that you want to make sure to have is garlic scent works fantastic for stalker trout. Don't know why, at least in our area. Probably one of the best scents. And then glitter, sparkle.
Yep.
Glitter.
All right.
Just keep going. No,
And now
just let
this
your
is
pack-
something. This is something.
Sorry,
that-
everybody. I know we're forcing you to look at Clint right now. It's terrible. I'm so sorry, guys. This is so bad.
This is my best side.
He's covering his best side.
Never mind.
The lo-
Shut up, don't say
They can hear you.
Shut up, Jordan.
Is that a flashlight in your butt?
Give you
That's-
$100 on that joint. Sold.
But that's one thing too. Like the power bait, the secret power bait of the day fiasco that seems to happen at any boat ramp or fishing spot or
Oh, you got him.
handicap platform on any stalker lake. You know, there is always the one that kicks. But that I want to catch steelhead on more.
That's cool, but this
It's
also
bad.
works
That's-
really good. This
Yeah,
is,
that's my favorite.
and we got to
for
give
trout.
credit to Charles. Go to side cam because
Yep.
these little guys are like
They
it is-
are one of the best.
It's embarrassing because I'll admit it. Like, no, it's not embarrassing, but it is. We'd go to the trout lakes with Charles, and we got sick and tired of watching Charles like catch like 5-1
pop up.
everybody else. Like not even close.
embarrassing.
It was embarrassing. Charles was kicking our butt
Just scratching
on
your
the
head
half
over there.
white,
What's this guy
half
doing?
half white, half glitter
Oh.
We can see what
trout
the
egg.
fish are seeing now. It's
That-
interesting.
garlic.
that are garlic.
Golly.
I mean, dude, it wasn't even fun. It was embarrassing. It was like, how are you doing that again and again and again? Yeah. Garlic's a
That's
good one to
how.
go. When in doubt, got some orange ones. They work pretty good too. But yeah. Yes, that
Gotta
Clint
have
is
variety.
balding AF.
Hey!
Absolutely. Go ahead and pin that one, Clint.
No.
Anyways.
Put my hat back on.
Yeah, so some good suggestions. You got the old chartreuse, the old orange there, Jordan. We should do like a video, like which power bait color is the color.
Mhm.
White with glitter for sure.
White with glitter?
Always.
White. How many trout have you caught in your life?
That's how I started. Was in Arizona doing like stalker trout with my kids.
Not in
Like,
Canada.
Not in Canada.
No.
Canada,
my dad
eh?
took me in Canada. We caught one fish and we
Eh?
didn't know what to do with it.
It's freaking
Ah,
Canada.
this
It's loaded with
explains a lot.
fish.
This explains a lot. You guys are mean. Back to the show.
But it is somewhat worthy at times to go to your local tackle shop or Walmart, wherever. And the guys in the sport department probably are getting a lot of people in there buying trout stuff. So and
Yeah.
getting reports too. So ask before you just go. The power bait, it's convenient to buy, but it's not necessarily the cheapest.
No.
So you go in there, make sure you kind of do a little bit of research and see which power bait is the one to buy, because a lot of times it can be a little bit different every day with those bottom setups like that.
Yeah, have
So,
it a couple different colors, and you can fish 2 rods and all that good stuff.
mhm.
Yeah.
Always gotta have variety.
Always gotta have a variety. Someone said chartreuse is terrible, but then the next person said yellow glitter all day.
Oregon cheese yarn.
If you guys ever try Sierra Gold bait? It works on the heavy fish lakes down here. No, I've not tried Sierra Gold. Ooh, we're over 400 viewer, guys. 500 for the backpack. Come on! Come on! You guys can do this.
You probably
can do this.
were
I have faith in
500.
you. I have
Phil.
faith in you. What's that now?
Till I came in.
Yeah. People went, oh my gosh! Killed it. Killed it. Killed everybody. Pink is best. Yeah, what's your favorite color power bait, guys? Help
Yeah,
the
let's do
people
that
out.
for the next giveaway.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
we
let's
grab
do
a
another
couple
giveaway.
things.
What the hell?
What is your
We can give
favorite?
away like 15 things tonight because Marlon's not here. It's perfect.
Oh my
There's a lot
god.
in that
No.
box too.
Clint said we could.
I'm in charge. No.
Clint said we could give away 15 different items tonight. So we're giving away 15 different items, guys. So, favorite color power Favorite color power bait. Go.
Damn.
Rainbow. Chartreuse, glitter, garlic.
Mine was always
I
red.
try it. Brown, black. Ooh. Brown, black. No kidding. Red? You like the red or the
I always
magenta?
liked the red.
Pink, white, yellow glitter. Green, orange with orange addicted bait. Perfect. Garlic. Anything garlic. Pink, rainbow baby, hot pink, white and clear garlic. Highly suggested. Highly recommended. What's that?
You talk about the cork.
Glitter white.
Not yet. Waiting to.
Half white, half orange.
I don't have any.
Yeah, a little mixer.
I still have my trout box. It's gone. She gone. Rainbow candy, garlic, and orange. Lots of great suggestions. There really is not one. Funny thing, whenever we ask questions like this, we always kind of get the one standout where it's like 50% of the people say one thing and everybody else says the rest. But this is like all over the board. And maybe the point of the matter is probably not necessarily about the color, but maybe more about like the scent and where you're fishing it.
Where you're at.
Just throwing that out there. I'm sure everyone's got a story where they're like, "Oh, pink outfished my buddy fishing yellow."
It's more like how you're using it.
Yeah. Yep. White plus orange.
All right, Clint, you got to pick something out of there.
Sherbet. Green in the fall.
Yep.
Green, orange, garlic. Chartreuse garlic. Tip the power bait on top of a small night crawler. Go from no bites to fish on, says Greg. I believe that. We're going to talk about a little what you could also add to that power bait too to make it float a little bit more. Cured eggs, orange or red, work really well. Yeah.
Ready?
Do it.
What are we giving away?
You got it's under your foot.
Clint said we're giving away
Figure
like
it
30
out.
things tonight now, guys. So if we don't give away
That's a
30
cool,
things,
that's a
blame
cool
Clint.
prize. I like that. That's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Right.
The limited, not
Transparent
so limited
sadness.
beads.
What's that?
You can give away that T-shirt. Oh.
Worms in the morning, garlic after lunchtime.
Oh, here. How about this?
Oof.
Fishy.
It's not gonna
Wow.
fly.
We got all sorts of good stuff now.
Okay. We got some little corky clusters. Those are fishy AF.
Oh, yeah.
We got some limited, not so limited beads. Some incognito beads from a drops long ago. And a fish fighter sticker. So let's hear it.
There we go. Pick a winner. Watch it be
And if
sharing.
it's Sharon again.
No. We've got Dustin
Green with
McKee.
glitter and garlic.
Green with glitter and garlic. I'd say that'd
Seems
probably
like
be a good
seems
one.
like a
The
fishy-
Triple G.
Fishy power bait
Green,
setup.
glitter, garlic. Oh, could call that the triple
Triple
G.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Yeah, triple G. Triple G. Not double G. Triple G. Pretty bad, eh? Dustin, email orders at addicted.fishing. Tell us that you won the little
3G.
corkies, the incognitos, and the fish fighter sticker, and we will separate that out, put it on the chair, and we're going to send that to you if you send us your address.
Ooh, that sounds.
Gotta send the address.
Got to send the address. Got to make sure it's in there. Badass, guys. Okay, so a couple little tips. Do you happen to have a little tiny corky anywhere in there? Oh, we do. Right there. One more little
look at
couple
that.
things because Greg.
Oh, is that why?
Oh, is that why? Cool. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
the intuition
Oh,
there.
weird.
I asked. Who's the new guy?
I love him. He's awesome.
His mic's broken. Get out.
If you're having trouble, let's
Stop
say
banging
stand
against the
back.
wall.
I'll just stand back here. See you guys.
no, up in front. Keep giving it to him. This is great. I love it. Utilize little tiny corkies to also help float your power bait. Wrap your power bait around them. Use I don't know what size they are, but they're going to be super tiny. But you can use these little guys too and just coat them in power bait because these are going to be way more buoyant than the power bait as well. So if you're having trouble and you don't think that maybe my stuff isn't floating above or it needs to be or whatever, throw just a little tiny corky on there
Insurance.
and some insurance policy
Yeah.
and make sure it's
Get it
floating.
up off the bottom.
Right.
Bam.
Yeah.
Giveaway.
And Like Greg said earlier, also add little pieces of worm or marshmallow.
Yeah.
Marshmallow.
Yeah.
Marshmallow.
It's funny
Flotation.
with the bait stuff sometimes though too. You see like there's a finite difference in between the finesse, like a smaller thing, because you'll go out there and the guy's using just the one power bait, and I got a worm, I got a marshmallow, I got a garlic thing on there, and it's just too much. And where the one little bait's just going to be working the best. So have those different baits. Get some of the little mini eggs. Get that power bait. Take a little thing of night crawlers. Don't forget them in your backpack after you're done fishing. And have that difference in gear and being able to change stance and change styles, because one of them will always work better than the other. So
super glue them onto the hook near the eye, says Dean.
this guy's prepared.
Hmm.
This guy was in the Boy Scouts. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You don't mess around.
I kind of like, yeah, I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
Just think about it. Just think about
Yep.
I
I saw
know.
it.
I can't
Just
do it
think
though.
about
I'll have to tell Marlon.
Uh-oh.
Fellas, how do I stop getting snagged by using my Panther Martin spinner? So let's talk a little bit about spinners from the bank. Because
Yeah, that's
You're the man.
I was gonna say that's gonna be your next setup. If you have
Yeah.
two rods, if you can afford two rods, having a spinner setup, something that you can actively fish. Again, if you have, check that regulations, make sure there's a 2-rod endorsement. But to be able to throw your power bait out or your bait setup off the bottom, and then spend the rest of your time effectively casting and working the water in front of you, clockwise, counterclockwise, with a spinner is the way to do it. If you have that option, then do it, because one, you can stay busy, and two, you're going to be able to catch fish and know if they're biting something different. A lot of it's going to be temperature regulated at times. If the water's a little warmer, if you have a nice afternoon, if it warms up in the afternoon and you get some sun on the water, the spinners and stuff with the little flashiness and the warmer water might catch more fish. So my setup, I'm doing that super flimsy rod I just told you guys about, that SST, and I want it like that. I want it that flimsy because when you're casting a light lure from the bank, you need that very, very soft tipped rod to get that effect, that whip effect, and be able to whip that spinner that's normally not very big all the way out there in the middle of the lake. The way I have this one set up, you guys, you can't see, just put that in front of there. So what I like to do on most of my trout setups that I'm going to be casting is I got one of the, I think Jared told me this is one of the top selling rooster tails at Yakima Baits. And so
well used.
Yes, very well used. I try not to lose too much stuff, you know what I'm saying. But with any one of my casting setups, what I do is I run that braided line down to a bumper. I'm using like a 10-pound bumper here. And then I tie it to just a very, very small barrel swivel. Very small. The smallest ones you can find. There's some fly fishing. There's some center pinning style ones that you can get. And then I tie a lighter leader off the end of that to my spinner, whatever one I'm going to be using. But what that does is it allows you to add a little bit of weight if you are having trouble casting it that far, or you're fishing a deep part of the lake, and that weight will not slide down to your spinner. Because that's probably the biggest issue people have is if they try to add any weight, they go to cast, they can't crimp that stuff down quite tight enough on their line so that lead will eventually, or that split shot will eventually slide down to your spinner, and it won't be working correctly. So I do about a 2-foot leader. This is, I think, 4-pound test because I was fishing some really, really clear water. Coming from a 10-pound test with a little split shot. And I could add even more. I could add 2, 3, 4 more split shots to get more weight and get deeper down towards the bottom. But this also allows you to just break just that spinner off. You're not going to break all your line off and have to retie your bumper or anything like that. So, and that swivel even adds just a little more weight too. So that's my favorite setup for doing the trout stuff.
And if you're snagging on the bottom, 2 things you can do is, well, 3 things you can do. Use a lighter lure, use less weight, or reel faster.
Yes. And I'm going to open my trout box here and kind of show you the variety when you're deciding on what to buy. Again, nothing's cheap anymore. And so being the most cost effective, cool part is a lot of these companies, Blue Fox, I think Yakima started to come out with them. They have these little variety packs that you can get at Walmart or any normal fishing store. So you're getting a pretty good deal. You're getting a little bit of a discount
6
price.
at a time.
Yeah, and you're getting multiple colors.
Yeah.
And so like you'll see when we go into my trout box here,
The trout
I
box.
reorganized it.
Oh,
it's still
sorry.
not clean, but I have a large variety. You know, I have different colored blades. I have different colored bodies. I have different colored feathers. You got the orange, you got the greens and the golds. White is one of my favorite as well, other than the one that's on there, that kind of frog-looking pattern, or just all black and silver, the Michael Jackson style. Having a good variety of those spinners. With the Panther Martins, there's not quite as many options, but I stick with the basics. I go one that's the chartreuse and silver, and then I go one that's the original Panther Martin, just the black and gold. As well as different kind of hardware. I have spoons here. These are Castmasters. And the Castmaster might be one of the best lures that you can find from the bank. One, because the name's not just clever, it does cast a mile. These things are pretty heavy, and they give a very violent action. These things just bounce around and spin and really look like some sort of wounded prey for those fish. Because, again, they're especially the holdover fish, especially the bigger ones, they're looking for things that they can eat to make themselves grow, make themselves get big for the winter, because their food source is going to start getting limited. But my point is here, you don't have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on your lures, but if you can only buy five different ones. Or maybe 2 of the same one that, stick with your guns, stick with the ones you know work and the ones you like. And then buy a couple, variable ones that are going to have a different color blade, different size, anything. Keep yourself versatile with the trout spinners because, once again, trout are like a chum salmon, if you will. Like, they want one color sometimes, and they're not going to bite anything else unless you got that one color or that one size or so on and so forth. So keep yourself with a variety of spinners when you go out there. And even if you're on a budget, make sure to buy different colors. So, and size, I'll say size.
Size matters.
Size matters.
Size matters. I'm just gonna say.
Size matters. You don't want to go with a 2.
What is it? You guys are so mature. Clint's over here just like dying.
He was even laughing before
dying.
he spit it
You
out.
guys.
He didn't even get it out of his mouth, and he's like,
I've been
does
talking to myself.
You can't fish a rooster tail this damn big.
No.
I bet you could.
Oh, you could. You ain't gonna catch anything.
But what I do find though is if you use the little, if you do use the really little rooster tails, you don't really get the same action a lot of the times.
This is
just
too easy tonight. I don't even have to try.
On the smaller blades with different spinners, you have a lot harder time getting the blade to spin. And I think we've all just dinking around trout fishing in our times. If you have that small spinner and you cast it out, you'll notice half the time the blade's not catching the current correctly, so on and so forth. So finding that middle range, using those like medium-sized rooster tails, really I feel like is the most effective. Not going too big on them.
Well, you gotta go a little bit bigger too, so you can just cast them.
Yes.
I mean, if you're only casting 10, 15 feet, it ain't gonna do it.
You ever tune your spinner blades for trout?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Go a little technical with the steel blades?
Give them the old tweak,
Good.
if you will.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, any questions on the rooster tails and the
And the size of them.
Yeah.
How many people are watching now?
Okay, yeah, let's see here.
Oh,
you guys are getting up there.
working.
I can't believe we didn't have half you guys tune after that little escapade. All right, guys, before we get into a couple more features, we do want to talk about a couple quick announcements for you guys. First off, today and today only, right now on Addicted Fishing, there is the flash sale for the t-shirts, $15 Addicted t-shirts. I know we mentioned that at the start of the thing. I want to bring that up again for those guys because we have 400 or over 425 of you guys watching now. We are almost at 500 backpack. Come on. You guys can get there. And then also, too, we've got another feature that you guys, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. We want to just make sure everybody is. But we actually do have a texting list that you guys can join. And you can actually join the ADX Nation by texting JOIN to the number you see there on the screen, 877-624-2709, or simply click the pop-up to join at addicted.fishing. So if you're not, for some darn reason, still familiar with the website, be sure to go to addicted.fishing. Check it out. Get on that text string. You'll get first quick access to some of the content that goes out, announcements for products that are being released, and other news and cool stuff relevant to Addicted Fishing. Boom.
So great question on the back end here. Do you prefer sidewash hooks or on the spinners or treble hooks? I'll say this much: I'm sure you guys will relate. If I'm fishing moving water, I like a sidewash hook. If I'm fishing any kind of still water or water without any current, I like to have the treble hook. And especially if I'm fishing an area like a Stalker Lake, like we're going to see on Black Friday, where you want to catch those fish and not lose them. It's a big part of it is a lot of times in that soft water like that, they're grabbing it and having to turn away naturally without the current pulling against that hook. And that's what I really like about a sidewash hook in a moving river situation, if you're fishing for trout in a creek, a Siwash hook is good, but I hate them in a lake. I lose a ton of fish in the lake on Siwash hooks. You get the bite, rolls 3 times, and it comes off. So I prefer trebles in the lake. I prefer a Siwash in moving water. So to answer that question for you.
New backpacks are fire. A couple things tuning in there on the website. What about, there was another good question. Go up real fast for me on that. I saw it and I want, everything's about backpack. You guys, backpack is if we get 500 people watching.
Few more.
Oh, man.
Keep going.
No, where did it? Nope. I'm
We're way
go
old
go.
now.
Yeah. Go down. Where? Something about knots. Go up again. One more time. What size cast master? A trout? Oh, trout magnet stuff. That's what it was. Trout magnets. Where do those apply?
That'll start to go into the next method we're going to talk about. So we done with the casting stuff with the spinners and stuff.
I think.
Okay.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Unless anybody else. Anybody else? Anybody else?
All right. Going once, going twice, going.
Treble snag, more when the river's only 2 to 3 feet deep, slow water current, what leader length, ideal for natural bait drift, and a float fishing. We're going to talk float fishing right now.
Yep.
Let's
So next
do it.
setup.
Yeah.
Hands down, mi favorito is the Addicted Trout Series fixed float and our little micro jigs on a micro jig head on a 32nd ounce or 16th ounce jig head. Is one of the coolest methods that you can use. And these trout bobbers, I've had quite a few fly fishermen, fly fishing guides, like in Southern Oregon and some of the rivers, they do the bug and bubble type of thing, ranting and raving over these things. So if you're fishing them in moving water or, it's so funny.
What's funny, Clint? What are you disrupting this time?
Now I forgot what I was talking about.
I know. Sucks, doesn't it?
Sucks.
But using them in multiple aspects like that, and you can use them with a fly in a lake. You can use our micro jigs, our Sink It series jigs, or you can use the little micro worms that we have in all the different worm colors. It's extremely effective, and even in that slow, stagnant water, if you're fishing a lake, one of the things that we've done is we have one of our tutorial videos out there. We're actually you're twitching these micro jigs behind the bobber. So this little setup, I have mine on an Okuma Solilo 7.6 4 to 10 pound rod. I do a lot of moving water fishing in places where we might hook a steelhead, might hook a coho, might hook a chinook. And so I like that little bit bigger of a rod for when I'm hiking those little creeks and stuff. This works great on the lake too because you can really whip that thing out there. So the Addicted Trout Series float is the #1 key here.
I just started using the Addicted bobbers, and they float true and nice. What's that mean? Since you're talking about Addicted bobbers.
Yes. So what he means by true and nice, and especially in a trout setting or a panfish setting, the sensitivity of the bobber can be huge. You know, using those big red and white Danielson bobbers for years, if you make that switch and you get the chance to get one of these in your box, it's incredible. 1, how many more bites you get. 2, the castability, but 3, the sensitivity of how these bobbers go down. You might think that we just kind of came up with this thing and threw it at the wall and hope it stuck, but this took multiple tries of making sure there was enough weight in these bobbers to allow them to go down easily. There's a lot of that sensitivity of how a float sinks that goes into making it a good float. So
if a fish goes up, especially like a trout, and they don't just engulf the bait like on the first go around, which a lot of times they don't. They go up and do a little investigative bite, pull on it a little bit. If they're being real shy, not being real active, not feeding real heavy, and they just kind of go nip. You have a bobber that floats with too much buoyancy, and they pull it down, they feel it and kick it out. And you're not going to get a chance. Same thing with steelhead. Same thing with salmon sometimes. So sometimes they just bury it down, but they don't do it all the time. That's where you need the float that's proper for the gear, to where it gives you more of a chance when one sinks to get a hook in them.
Yeah. And so these bobbers themselves alone, I think there's a 1/4 ounce of counterweight in them. The balsa probably and the plastic probably weighs a 1/4 ounce. So you have like a 1/2 ounce of castability. And when you pair that with that light line, it really gets out there. And then you can add the extra brass rings onto that bobber to make it even more sensitive. It'll sit a little bit further down in the water, but if you're on the lake, it doesn't really matter. Right. I usually do the exact same trick I did with the spinner. I add that small little barrel swivel, and I put a 4 to 6 pound test below that, straight to my worm and my jig head. But this same setup will work with a night crawler setup, and even on our jig heads. That's kind of the fun part of this setup is the float with the jig head can fish 4 or 5 different methods. You can put a night crawler on there. You can add the power eggs. You can add power bait.
Yeah.
You can use maggots or any kind of wax worm, anything that those fish will be looking at, or even a fly. A lot of times we'll put woolly buggers under these things on like a fly fishing only lake, cast the thing out and work it just like that, and only use that fly behind it, which is extremely effective. So,
when do you use the additional weights rings on the bobbers? All the time or hardly ever?
Hardly ever, I'll say. For my instance, because I don't do a lot of pan fishing. A lot of times when I'm out.
Wait, so we're talking. We have 2 bobbers out right now. There's going to be 3. For the trout bobber, do you not use any of the additional weights?
It comes with one on, I believe. So I usually do not put the second one on unless.
So you have one on there right now. What we mean by that, guys, go ahead and show that real quick, because this is a big point of confusion. A lot of people, like I've even been like asked. In the sporting goods stores, guys have walked the bobber up to me and like, what size is this for? And it's like, well, they can be for anything. So in the trout application, guys, we add these little weighted rings, and depending on like the type of lure, jig, woolly bugger you're dragging, whatever it might be, it's adjustable. It's an adjustable size. Same thing with the steelhead sizes, and same thing with the panfish sizes, or it's going to be the panfish. So you can fine tune, like if you're using a really, really light jig head, or a really, really light trout magnet, or a really light piece of bait, and you want to add a little more weight to the bobber so it sinks easier when you get a bite, you can do that. If you're using a heavier jig, and if you put both the weights on and it starts sinking the bobber a little bit too far below the surface, you can take them away. Adjustable weight bobbers, that's the whole point of them, and this is in all 3 of the sizes of the addictive float.
Versatility.
So great question, TJ. As always, TJ always, and I think TJ knows the answer to that, but he just loves bombing the great questions. So Jordan, like he said, he's using 1 ounce or one of the rings half the time. Seems like when I'm steelheading, I'm always using 1, but if I go to like the 1/32 or 1/16 ounce steelhead jigs, I'll put 2 on there just so I can use the weight of the bobber to get it out there versus when I'm using the smaller jig, I don't got it.
And even to the silly regard of simply like on a windy day, if you're on the lake and you have a pretty stiff wind and you're getting them on the bobber, you're going to put 2 weights on because it's going to keep less of that float out of the water, and it's going to give you less wind drag. And then vice versa. If it's a nice clear day or you want your presentation moving, I'd go with a little bit less weight so that thing sits higher up in the water column. So,
how much does each brass weight weigh? Is there a limit on how many you can add? Well, each one's going to come, I believe, with 2 in the pack for the steelhead stuff. There might have been a spare in there.
I'd say there's 1/16 of an ounce when you say.
Yeah, I was going to say 1/16 ounce, but what we did is they basically kind of catered that size with the steelhead floats, and then we just kind of paired them up, fishing like a very common 1/8 ounce, Sink It series jig, and kind of moved them around like, okay, these are what we want. I wouldn't get lost too much in exactly making the float a certain weight versus the jig, but just see how it performs, because I don't care what the numbers say. I want it to track right. I want it to look right in the water, and I want it to drain when a fish bites it. I don't believe we use the same exact weights. I think we use a little thinner one for the trout, and then for the panfish ones, they're going to be even smaller. But you're going to be able to adjust that to whatever you want. And no, I think as long as you have stem to keep Adam on there, you probably could 3 or 4, but then you're going to sink the bobber.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to find there's going to be a level there where you're going to add too much weight to it. That makes any sense.
Yep. I see a quick little question. What's the best leader size for power bait? I'm going to say no matter what you're doing, I'm going to use 4, 6, or 8 pound tests. I wouldn't ever really go much heavier for that than leaders or on your leaders unless you know you're fishing for big broodstock fish or you start breaking them off for some reason. So go ahead.
I tried using these floats for kings, and they couldn't hold the weight. One thing, Evergreen, like they're really catered around, 1/8 of an ounce. If you put stuff that's like a 1/2 ounce or 3/4 ounce, that they're not going to float it.
Or if you have too heavy of water currents, if you have big roily boily water, these things will get pulled down by those little cyclones.
They're really fine tuned for like that middle ground, being like, for very common out here is like a 1/8 to like a 1/4 ounce steelhead jig. Can you go lighter? Yeah, you can go a little heavier, probably a little heavier, but outside of that range, those things are specifically designed for steelhead. Now, can you catch cohom? Yeah. Can you catch king's on? Yeah. But you're not going to be able to go, adding an ounce with a big glob of eggs on there, they're going to drag down. They're not going to work. They're not designed to do that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to answer him there.
Yep. And I
Okay.
see a fluoro or mono leader. Mono leader for a floating setup. If you want something to float up off the bottom, monofilament's going to help that. A fluorocarbon naturally sinks. So if you're fishing a spinner setup, go with the fluorocarbon because that thing's going to get down and get dirty a little bit quicker.
Yeah. Do you guys ice fish? Heck no.
Mm-mm.
I'm kidding. I'm only saying that because I wish Alex was watching right now because we don't ice fish. Lame. Just kidding.
Well, some places are guys probably getting geared up pretty darn
It's
quick.
pretty cold. Yeah,
It's
it has
cold
been
everywhere.
cold
I heard
outside.
East side of the state, all the lakes are already freezing. Things are already happening on the small ponds, especially. So,
Yep.
Anyways,
Give one of your
Next
rods
one.
away.
Give one of your rods away.
shit.
No, how about we
One of these got a broken tip. Look
Yeah.
at that
and
one.
so, guys, we have another
Like that
announcement, which this is all like news to me, so I'm pretty much going to read the thing. We have started our golden ticket giveaway, or we are. Is it live now, or is it live December 1?
Orders 11/16. So today.
Okay, it's today.
Until 12/31.
All right, so I can't read it,
So
but
here's
Jen
the
was
deadline.
getting pictures today. So you guys, we did a golden ticket award last year, and we did a whole bunch of great prizes. And basically, for every, I think is what it is.
There you go. Every
For every dollar we spend on the addicted.fishing website, gets you at one entry into this golden ticket sweepstakes. The first place, the first place prize is going to be a trip for 4 with us. I don't know where exactly it's going to be. It could be Buoy 10, it could be Spring Chinook, but we're going to film it, make it an Addicted Life episode, and have a ball. The last episode, golden ticket winner, is up on the YouTube. Go check that out if you're really interested. And it's a great episode. We absolutely put it to them. A lot of fun. But that's the top prize.
Travel and lodging not included.
Travel and lodging not included. I can't read that, so it's very tiny. Second place, third place. We've got other fishing trips with Nick, other ones with Jordan. Are we filming those too?
No.
We're not going to film those. And honestly, guys, really, those should be the first place prizes. Let's be real.
It's
So
those
it doesn't.
are trips for 2 each.
And those are trips
Small
for 2
fish, bro.
each.
$500 value.
$500 value.
Travel and lodging.
No travel or lodging. And other prizes, we've got 7 other prizes there, from backpacks to Kong coolers, Akuma gift cards, and Addicted gift certificates or gift cards to the
It's
website.
an Okuma
Wow.
rod and reel.
Oh, it's an Akuma rod and reel? Okay, sweet. So awesome giveaway, guys. And it was really cool because, last time we did the, I think during the summer, we had the last golden ticket giveaway where we gave away the $400 Kong cooler. And Marlon had his laptop right here, and the whole system that runs it, we were literally oh, here's the 10 winners, here they go, just completely random. And we could see when they did that exact purchase, how many entries they had. And some people, even with very, I'm not going to say small or little, but with less entries than others, won some really good stuff. So anybody can win, you guys. Anybody at addicted.fishing. This starts today. Every order that you put on the website, for every dollar spent, is 1 entry. We will pick the winner sometime after the new year. And we'll probably, I would have to imagine, we're probably going to do it live again, just like we did before. It was super fun. So yeah, what's that now?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I never win because you're always out of stock on the things I want to buy. Michael, you got to be quicker than that. We sit here and tell you till we're blue in the face when we're doing the drops, what we got going on, and when it's going to happen. Just got to be quicker.
And no, it doesn't start till tonight, you guys. It's today, right?
I think today.
Today. Yep.
So any orders that you did today, you're good. So if you did the flash sale on the shirts, phew, come on. Come on. There you go. Okay.
Come on.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
All right. So if we got stuff within the last week, it doesn't count. No, Dean.
No.
It started today.
Just today.
Started today.
And it goes till the 31st.
Goes till the 31st of December. Next 45 days. Got plenty of time. We're going to have new drops, new items, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all the good stuff. Cool. Trolling.
Oh.
Trolling. Right? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Trolling.
Yeah, we don't have to
Let's
talk about
do it.
these little guys.
No.
Trolling.
Fishing, this is funny. Fishing with any of you boys
Boys
would
with
be a
Z.
blast, but I want to fish with little the most. Let's be honest.
Uh.
I agree.
But man.
Yep, it's the trout bobbers for me. Always out when I go to make an order. Okay,
Now I believe we have a crap load of trout bobbers.
I think
right
that changed.
now.
So check
Oh,
it
it
out.
did. Okay, well, leave it
I
to me.
think that changed.
Leave it to the guy who's been in the woods for 3 weeks.
I think that changed.
I'll tell you how the internet works.
Jordan's always shopping on the website.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think that changed.
I can hope. I'd hope so.
I know we got backpacks last week, so
Tis
there
the
we go.
season.
Okay, moving
Next.
on. Let's talk some trolling, guys.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about this setup right here. Beer.
Oh.
Party foul. Got a bit of a long leader
we
here.
got
I'd
here?
say, but,
A little too long, bud.
and the wrong rod, but
I can't.
it just goes to show you that you can get the job done. Yes, I can, please.
We have trout floats in stock, so that did change. So, Michael, there you go. Go buy the damn trout floats, or whoever that was. I don't think it was Michael. I saw Michael talking about always buying the nightmare twitching jigs. Yeah, that's true. He's always stealing them.
Who, me?
Who, me?
I haven't gotten a nightmare twitching jig out of
I
that
don't even
shop
bother
in probably
anymore.
2 years.
Yeah, for me, it's just all hoochie jigs because we never have the jigs I want.
Okay,
You guys buy them too fast. It's true.
exactly.
Okay.
Thank you, and thank you for doing that, you guis. So,
I'd
my
rather have you
favorite
guys-
setup for trolling. Like I
Hands
said,
down.
during the whatchamacallit, what we did before this. The podcast.
Podcast.
Ford
That's what we're
Fenders,
doing.
what? Because the Brad Dodger, I feel like, is really taken over. These little Dodgers, they basically were used for kokanee initially, and we've just taken the exact same kokanee setup and added it to the trout. The only thing I do a little bit different on this, so what I have this on a spinning rod, which is not exactly the way you're supposed to do it. On a bait caster, if you're trolling, is better. But again, it just shows that versatility. I had this set up in my pack. I was trolling around with the kayak. I knew it was going to work. I was kind of desperate. Switched to it, started fishing it. So you don't necessarily need all the perfect gear to go out there and utilize this stuff. But I have my bumper all the way down for my braid. Same setup we've already been talking about. I have a slide weight here, and that's mainly just so that those fish don't feel that weight
It's
when
not
they
showing
grab.
that light. Just
Okay.
That's as far as the cord goes.
Yep. I just have a swivel hanging off of my main line. Basically, just have that swivel hanging on my main line so I can tie a little dropper, or I can just hook the swivel or hook a swivel right to a piece of lead, whatever size is needed for that given instance. I do another barrel swivel right here, and then I run about a 2-foot leader. And both of these leaders here, the setup I have set up right now is too long on both ends. I'm sure Cam would kind of agree with that. Maybe by 6 to 8 inches. But I have about a foot to 1.5 leader in front of that Dodger. And that's going to give it a really good whip. That's going to keep it action.
You don't want to have this guy being too close to it. So I mean, 2 feet to 8 feet is fine.
Okay.
I mean, it's just going to be a pain to land fish.
Exactly. And so I go straight to the Dodger. The Dodger comes with all this hardware on it. I do a little duo snap with a little swivel on it. Another 2 to 3 foot leader. You don't want to go super long on this one because you do want it close to the Dodger. What this whole action, or with the action of a Ford Fender, or some sort of trolling setup or flasher setup is doing, is just signifying some sort of bait bite. There's fish that are swimming around. They're slashing into their prey, into their feed, and they're trying to kill what they're eating, and the little tail pieces that fall behind are what they're going to grab. So what we have on here is a Brad's kokanee cut plug. Brad's, what is it, mini?
KCP. Kokanee cut plug.
Yep, kokanee cut plug.
With bait still in it.
With a shrimp still in it, just in case you forget your shrimp. It's dried shrimp.
Oh.
No, actually, that's a piece of
That
herring.
was a piece of herring.
Yep.
There you go. Oh, no. We're good.
But that is the beauty of these things. I'll go as far as sticking these little power eggs in there at times. But my very favorite thing to put in there, not a secret, but salad shrimp, any kind of coon shrimp, prawn, any sort of shrimp bait that you can find, even if it's cured already, is a great addition to go inside of this little KCP. Absolutely love this. Having a good variety of colors, you can find. I've seen these at almost every single tackle shop anywhere these days. Anywhere there's trout and there's big lakes and there's kokanee, your local tackle shop will have those Brad's mini cut plugs. And it's just fantastic. It's one of my favorite setups. It's a few different things. I'll let Cameron take the wheel after that. A few different things you can put on the end behind that Dodger, but anything that's in that KCP size, that mini cut plug. And I like to have a variety of the colors. I don't think I have them here on me, but go with this is plain silver. Go with pink. Go with orange. Go with something with sparkle. Go with something that has 3 different colors on it, and just buy that little variety, or 2 or 3 different packs of different kinds of KCPs, so that you have that different color. Because once again, they seem easy, but they're stubborn trout sometimes, and having different colors and presentations will help a lot. So, what else would you put on behind there?
Lots of different little. I got my kokanee box down there, and I'm going to show that. But I got some questions for you. I guarantee you that what size you're using on that ball, that swivel would be a size 7.
Yes.
Little wig. I guarantee, or not guarantee, but size 5, size 7 would be kind of where you're going to want to be on that.
Yes, I put all the bait, any bait that I'm going to use on that KCP, I put in the bait.
On that guy.
You can put stuff on.
I know. I wasn't calling you out on the bait, but I was gonna have you open it up so people could see that and I could see that there was something in there. I'm like,
usually there's a piece of shrimp in there and it rehydrates. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god! There you go. That's all you need. Go side cam. Go
Set on
side
there
cam.
to rehydrate.
All right.
Ooh,
So
is this even minier?
what's that?
Oh no, it's just the profile.
There might be some mini-ers in there, some old school
between
ones.
that box and Jordan's.
This was called. I've been
This is a
going
guiding
through
box.
tackle.
This is me driving 6,000 miles and trout fishing.
This is day in and day out just kokanee fishing, but I've got some ones that probably are not available to the rest of the world that we've tested. But yeah, for a lot of the stuff this is my kokanee box. Obviously KCPs, like Jordan said, amazing for trout. Little tiny spin and glows, and my favorite color spin and glow right there, little chrome skis, but lots of multiple colors. You can pair that with or without little tiny hoochies as well on the back. But if you're going to fish the little spin and glows, or you're going to fish like a little smile blade with a little hoochie behind, you're going to want to shorten that leader up because you're going to want to be imparting a lot of that action from the Dodger onto the swing or onto the lure, to where that lure is going to start kind of jumping to the side to side. It's really important. A KCP, though, does have plenty of action on its own because it does its own, it's spinning on its own. And because of that, it does very good quite a ways behind the Dodger. But when in doubt, you can run them a little bit shorter, and sometimes you'll get a little bit more action on them. I'm trying to think if you said there was a mini in there. I don't know if it's in there or not. It must not be in there. Anyways, got little Dick Knights here and some stack beads and stuff to make it work. Got some Brad stuff, prototype stuff. As you can see, like the Brad's Dodger. I saw someone's comment that said, "Oh, I've tested those against the Ford fenders. I'll stick with the Ford fenders." And I'm like, you're crazy. Like I mean, these things drag less. I think they catch more. I lose a lot less fish with them. And I don't have to use as much weight to keep these down as I do.
You can run them without weight at times.
You can run them without weight, and there's a lot of times we don't.
Yeah.
But I can use these. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I guess probably on his lake maybe they do work better. But
yeah,
all the places I fished.
Well, I won't lie. I was just over in eastern Washington. I'm not going to name any places in northern Idaho, and I was using this Dodger setup. And then there was a day we threw a Ford fender out below the boat, and Ford fender did catch fish, but I wasn't also fishing a Brad's next to it. But certain areas might be a little bit different, but the main idea of the action and what is behind it and what you have in it and what it smells like is going to make the difference. You're going in on the same sort of bite, a schooling mentality style of bite. And I love the Dodgers because it's simple and it's not a 4-foot long chain of spinners.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like whoa, 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 whoa. Is there a fish there? I can't tell. Yeah. I mean,
What's the difference?
What's the difference? They drag.
Those patterns are all UV. You know that, right? They are for real.
Cool. Are you just trying to stir it up? Or are you just trying to like?
He's trying to look.
Are you just trying to like interject yourself? Are you trying to be funny?
Stop trying to
What
show
are you
off.
trying to do?
Stop trying to show off in front of your friends.
What are you trying to do?
I
I don't.
And it's UV.
It just happens to be, but it's my favorite, but it's not because it's UV. It's because it catches a lot of fish.
Clint thinks
Thanks,
it
Clint.
catches a lot of
Appreciate it.
fish because it's UV.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Clint.
Oh
Wow, you're
gosh.
grouchy. Grouchy.
Shut. Oh, okay. Hold on. No, do it again. Wait. There we go. do it again,
Is that
Clint. Do it
pop
again.
off?
There we go.
It kinda looks like
It does kind of
pop
look like pop. Right here, Clint. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So while that's up, it actually works. It works great while it's up. Perfect. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, keep it up. Yeah, right here, buddy. Right here. Okay, moving on.
Did you just make that, or?
Oh no,
Clint's
he's had it
bald
for
spot.
months. He's had it for a month.
Clint's bald spot is UV.
That's right.
That's the best moment of the night.
Totally pop off.
That person deserves a giveaway.
Yeah, he wins.
Yeah, no kidding.
UV spot.
People are saying
Those are
that.
called sunspots.
Oh boy. Okay, scroll over. Let's see how many people we're watching. Oh, it went down to 380, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
man.
let's get
We were
another
so
giveaway
close to
before we go
500.
here.
That's right. We're gonna do one more giveaway before you go. Man,
And
one last thing for trolling. We didn't, and I don't.
Oh, we didn't even talk about one more thing. We don't even.
Oh,
I think we're probably doing the same thing, but
Yep, we are.
hold on. Are we?
Legs.
Okay, yeah. One last thing, you guys. An absolute deadly weapon, and they've been a lot of fun to fish because I think they kind of slept under the radar for a lot of years, but it's a great product by Brad's, the Little Wigglers. And if you guys have seen any of our trout episodes and you've seen any of our live feeds when we're out there trolling, we've got some variations of the Little Wigglers, not the Wheeze, not the standard Wigglers, but they make this trout-sized Wiggler, and they are deadly. If you troll them straight line with a light line, 8-pound test, 10-pound test, so they dive, or you can add a little weight to them, clip them to a downrigger. These guys have a lot of action. They catch a lot of fish, and they're definitely a worthy notable.
One of the most fun bites, too.
To not forget, because they get crushed.
Yeah.
They absolutely get crushed. They got some great colors. You don't have my favorite color in there, the white one with the orange belly. It's probably on a rod.
Yeah, something like that.
But this one,
that's
I mean,
Brad
the
Schoenborn's
cerise, I mean,
favorite,
all
yeah.
of them. There's some really good ones here. And
Figured.
actually, you've got to see this is a wee wiggler size here. The bright red one.
Also
on top.
work wonderful.
Also work wonderful, but you can see the smaller size there. The smaller size little wiggler are awesome too. They are going to, I believe, be available on our website.
Oh, I hope so.
I believe
It sounds about
so.
right. I think I've heard that.
It's coming soon.
Yeah.
But Bob's Sporting Goods, I know, has them for sure because I was just in there a couple days ago. So the little wiggler, the wee wiggler, both will probably work, but this guy is definitely super trouty.
Yep. And same
Probably
setup.
probably not going to be like real. The one thing you're not going to do with that is you're not going to get too good of a cast though.
No.
Versus like if you're going to cast, maybe run the wee.
Yep. Sure.
But the little wiggler are really light. They got a lot of action when they get down there wiggling, probably because they're really light. So if you're going to cast, maybe go a step up to the wee wiggler size. But yeah, can't sleep on the little wiggler.
little wig.
The little wiggler.
Forgot about this box.
That it? Are we
That's
good?
it.
That's it.
That's all.
Last few minutes for questions, guys.
I'll grab a giveaway.
Yep, Jordan's gonna grab a giveaway. Trolling for prizes. Do you guys use mini jigs for trout? Absolutely. We do sell the micros, I think, down to 1/32
What's
ounce.
that?
And they work great. You can fish them under a bobber with put a little bait on them. Game over for trout. Game over for trout. Oh, and coincidentally, they catch steelhead too. Weird, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Weird.
Just watch this live feed at work. Don't tell my boss. Okay, jigging with G, we won't.
We won't.
For the right price. For the right
Feeling-
price.
feeling
Any
nice.
tips for the Colville Twin Lakes? I have never been there, so not really. Pro Troll Kokanee lure also works well, imparts a lot of action. You know, I keep kind of hearing more and more about that smaller size. I definitely am going to put it through the ringer over the next month. Yep, Crest is getting stocked. A lot of lakes are going to be getting stocked this week.
Risky business.
We're going tonight. A big one for the last.
Plug bites are the best.
We got a pack of jig heads, blue ones.
Yep.
And then we got bait balls. These have been sitting over here for a long time.
Let's do it.
I'm going to give them away.
Let's do it. Pack of
Big
jig heads
assortment
and
of
the
beads
bait
and
balls.
just in time for winter steelhead.
Couple last minute things. Don't forget, if you guys haven't joined that text list,
Ultra
be
hard.
sure to do it. Head to addicted.fishing to join the ADX Nation. And for every $1 you spend while you're over there at addicted.fishing, joining the text list, it gets you an entry into the Golden Ticket Awards. Do they bounce?
Dude, yeah.
They bounce. Holy crap.
Wow.
Like shoot those through a paintball gun or something.
Whoa!
Yeah, so check those guys out.
That color
Golden
in the
Ticket
freezer.
giveaway.
That color
Lots of great
actually looks pretty
prizes
good.
now through December 31st for every $1 you spend, and the flash sale that is going on for another 4 hours and 2 minutes. Yeah, 4 hours and 2 minutes. All t-shirts, $15 right now. Get on it, and that qualifies you for the Golden Ticket giveaway. I got nothing more. Let's draw this winner. Bait
Roll,
balls. We are going
please.
with Grim Skull that said,
Skull.
"Wow, awkward." I like it. Wow, awkward. Awesome, Grim Skull. Congratulations. You won the bait balls and the hooks, the jig heads.
Jig heads.
Please email orders at addicted.fishing. What do you guys have available next month or so? Anything? You doing any fishing right now? What's up?
Oh, actually, I do have this Sunday open up.
This Sunday?
Yeah, I just had.
What's it going to be?
Lord's Day.
Some little coho?
Yeah, a little bit of coho.
Little coho? Maybe a little early winter steelhead? No.
Possibly.
You don't want to start down that bandwagon.
No, we're still on the.
Did you see
still
Kevin?
on the
Did
coho
you see?
train.
There's some caught.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
There's some
know.
caught.
Like I said.
That's right. What about you, Joe?
I'm going to be leaving for South America here in about
Chile.
big
Cool.
new developments for you guys out there for the YouTube stuff. I'll be leaving for Chile December 19th. Still maybe looking for a few sponsors for that, you guys. So be sure to email Addicted and get a hold of Marlon if you're interested in maybe helping out a little bit with that. But I'm going to be gone for
You're
3
bailing.
weeks until the middle of January.
Peace outing.
And then when we're back here talking winter steelhead, I might have some stuff available for people. So I'm trying to sneak in a few days a week. This fall's full, of course. And so hopefully winter steelhead.
Winter steelhead.
Yeah.
Badass. And then winter steelhead for you too, of course. Perfect.
I'm
Jason,
getting lots of
with-
inquiries for it. Everybody's getting excited.
Steel obsession, guys.
The extra whistle on the S.
Steel obsession guide service. Hey
Yeah,
at
guys,
least
I
it's
got
not-
one date. I got one date open for my whole entire sturgeon season, which is going to start January 1 and it's January 16th. It's a Monday. I've got 4 spots left for the whole thing, and that's where I'm at. So, if you guys want to do that, email me at GoneCatching. Yeah, other than
Nice
that,
time.
I think we are going to wrap this up. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget about those giveaways and all that good stuff. And we will see you guys